Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm checking the price of theta and just letting you know there is nothing to worry about. This is actually what was discussed in the last video. So basically, let me chime in on the video and I'll tell you what exactly I said. So 1 second. Okay, so here was the video. We were at $1.22, and even prior to that, when we were actually higher, I said, hey, when Bitcoin was before that sudden Bitcoin drop, I said we could potentially have a flat on our hands with Bitcoin. So then that occurred, and then we had that dump, and then I made this video, and theta was at $1.22, and you can see now. So the price of theta right now is $1.08. And one of the things I said was, hey, this bull market support band is your friend. I also said we got plenty of wiggle room. So, I can sense a little bit of frustration out there, but you know what? There's nothing to be. Everything's fine. I mean, this is bullish. We're at $1.44. We dropped all the way down to $1.08. And I know what that can do psychologically. That's a big drop, right? I mean, imagine buying gasoline. I know that's never going to happen, but imagine buying gas for $1.48, right? And then all of a sudden it dropped down to $1.08, right? Or $1.40, and then it dropped down. That's a big drop, right? But I'm sitting here telling you it's not a big drop. I'm sitting here telling you this is a bullish correction. It was even discussed that this was one of the ideas. This was actually the primary idea. And here we go. Check out the video that I said. Watch this. But here we go. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to be concerned about, right? So yeah, I basically said there's nothing to worry about. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to be concerned about, right? Like I said in the other video, we have so much wiggle room, it's ridiculous, right? At some point, like I said, we want to come down and retest this bull market support band so you can see it's increasing. So eventually, maybe it happens now. So I'm going to give you the options of what could potentially be. So here we go. So basically, option number one was what happened with Bitcoin, which was the flat, which basically suggests this was an A, B, C, and we hold support up here, right? And then we continue on pumping to the upside. That's clear, cut, and dry, makes sense, right? That would be option number one. Not to say that that's my primary option, because I don't know if it's finished or not. I really don't know. So option number two would be to say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get back down here, we test the bull market support band, maybe double tap it, and then continue higher. Right, so we need a deeper correction. And what that would be, ladies and gentlemen, is a flat. And where is the flat? Here we go, right here. Check this out. Check this out. We have an A, we have a B, and then we come down for a C. And what does that look like to you? That's a flat right there. So that would be kind of sort of my primary idea. That would be my primary idea. Now, the difference. So there you go. Take a look at that. There you go. That was, like I said, I didn't know that was going to happen. It still hasn't happened fully yet, right? I mean, we could still go down below $1, right? I even said, around 85, 90 cents, or even $1. So we're still not even on the bull market support band. But one of the things I said was, this is kind of sort of my primary idea because it makes sense to me that this would happen, right? And that was back when it was $1.22. So if you watch the channel, this drop, right, isn't a surprise. So this is back a few days ago, and now here we are today. And you could see it hasn't dropped that much, right? And basically, I said, look, this is the bull market support band. This is an A. This is a B,
right? And now we're probably coming down for C, something like this. We'll test the bull market support band and then continue out of here, just like previously discussed. So yeah, that's basically, the update here. And also, if we get down there, I become a big buyer too. So I'll just play a little bit more here on the video.
I don't know, right? Typically, you want to have 5 waves in C. Do we have 5? No, we don't. We have 1, 2, 3. We're probably in 4. Maybe we get another 5 waves. Maybe we get another wave down, right? So, but I do like this wick right here. This wick suggested, buyer stepped up, right? But again, nothing falls in a straight line. We have to have a retracement of it. So notice here, and that's why I'm following Bitcoin. Here was the crash, and here's the retracement. Now, Theta barely retraced. Bitcoin retraced much higher, right? So what does that tell me? That tells me it doesn't mean Bitcoin is outperforming, or, well, it is, but it doesn't. It basically says Bitcoin is the leader. Bitcoin is leading the pack. So that's why I'm focusing more of my attention on Bitcoin, because if I can figure it out quicker with Bitcoin, then we can essentially figure it out even quicker with Theta, right? But people want to see Theta, and I'm more than happy to give people what they want. So yeah, that's sort of my idea here. Now, again, it can stop out. It could be done here. It can come down here, or it can come down here, right? Or it can even be more tricky, right? And it can come like this: A, B, right? We take out this high, and then we come down, kind of like a double fake out, right? We break out, get everybody bullish, and then we come down, right? But again, whatever happens, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter as a hodler, because again, any of these options are very incredibly bullish for Theta. So if you're a Theta hodler, you're not sweating any of this. In fact, you're excited, right? You're excited because it's better to have a correction now than have a correction later, even though one will come later anyways, right? But it's better to rip the Band-Aid off now. Let's come down. That's what I said. I believe that's what I said. I said, let's come down now, get it over with. Let's test the bull market support band, test it, and then continue rocking to the upside.
So there you go. I mean, then that's exactly what's sort of happening at the moment, right? So going back over here, we still got plenty of wiggle room, right? As long as we're above the bull market support band, there's nothing to worry about. This is just a bullish correction here. So you can even, let's play around with the chart and just for fun and see what we come up with here. So right away you can see like maybe a little channel in the works here. You got a little trend line there. If I pull that up here, right, I can pull this down. So maybe we hold support there. Maybe it's done, right? Maybe we're in this sort of bullish ascending channel, and we're just oscillating in the channel. But again, if we break out of the channel, right, I'm still bullish. Why? Because this guy right here, that's your best friend right there. So we can even come down. We have this whole area right here, that black line, right, can be retested, which is 85 cents. So as long as Theta is above 85 cents, I see no worry at all, right? This is still a massive bullish setup here. We have an incredible bear market that just finished, in my opinion, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We have an impulse up, we have a double bottom, triple bottom, right? Very bullish. It's telling us buyers are stepping up. Also, we have Wyckoff accumulation, right? You have the spring phase down here, and then an impulse to the upside, right? So we got the impulse, but it doesn't just go like this. That's ridiculous. We need to come down. Let's come down, right? And retest this and then go up, right? And then start to climb up. Because no matter what, well, basically, I'm expecting us to come up here. I've said it going back to my very first theta video all the way down here. That was the first theta video. It was right about 64 cents right in there. And basically saying, hey, this is our target area. So, you know, I could have came out with a video here or here or here, but that would have been no fun, right? Once I felt like, okay, this is a good chance. We got a bottom coming in. Now let's start producing some content when nobody really, I mean, a lot of people are, but they've been doing so for a while. You know, those people out there who are bulls, right? And they've been saying, yeah, it's going up, it's going up. Yeah, but you've been saying that for the last year. You've been saying that for the last 2 years, right? And nothing's happened except torture, right? So why come out with any content and bore you with price action when I know, you know, it's not going to go anywhere, right? So once this spring phase was initiated in Wyckoff, and then we had another Wyckoff with another miniature spring phase, and then an impulse, I thought, okay, this is the time. This is the time, right? So we got the impulse, but we didn't really have any pullbacks, right? So now I'm looking at this as like a running correction where you have an A, this is a B, and now we're coming down for C, right? We're coming down for C. And you know how else that was one of the ideas? Is right here, 3 drives to the high, right? So you have, so check this out. This is why, you know, another reason I do these videos is so that people can see the mindset that I have and how I sort of break it down, and go through the process so that eventually, you know, if not to say what experience level you have, right? But everybody can use some encouragement, and I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. This is all normal, right? If something happens major and I say, okay, this is a cause for concern, then, you know, it's probably allotted that, right? But for now, so you have this high here, a little high, and a little high. That's 3. Usually that's called 3 drives to the high, right? And basically what that means is, you know, we're getting exhausted, right? Because we had this big pump. And you say, that wasn't a big pump. It was a big pump. We were right down here at what? 56 cents? We came all the way up to $1.17. That's 108%. So that's a big move, right? 108%. And coming off of a bear market, keep in mind that. Coming off of a bear market, okay? So think about the psychology here. Wow, everybody's excited. Price pulls back. What do? Buy the dip, right? But the price doesn't really take out the high. I mean, it did, but not really, right? And then people are still excited, right? They're still excited. We dip again. You know, they say, okay, here's a low, here's a higher low. Let's go again. And boom, we come up again. Everybody's really excited. $1.47, $1.45, right? And then you have another high, right? And then what happens? You pull back again. Made another higher low. So here's the thing. We can either do this and continue higher, which I don't know if that's the case, or we can do this. Retrace this move, come up a little bit, then come back down. Retest the bull market support band, and then continue higher. Now, why do I think that? Well, check this out. So on the bottom is the RSI. I'm going to draw a trend line. This trend line is going down, right? It's going down. You could see it. But check this out. Well, first, let me do this. Okay, got everything off the screen. Clean chart. Here we go. So you could see, here's the RSI. It's going down, right? But look at the price. The price is going up. So what is that called? Divergence. What kind of divergence? Bearish divergence. That's bearish divergence. Now, when someone says bearish divergence, they get all upset, and they, not everybody, but they start to feel, they don't like that word, right? But it's actually bullish overall because, this is telling us, hey, we went up 108% from here all the way here. We had 3 drives to the high, boom, boom, right? Price going up, RSI going down, bearish divergence, which means what? We need a correction. And a correction is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. We want that. And what is that correction called? Well, I think it's a flat. A, this is B, and now we're coming down for C. And look where C could potentially come, right on top of the bull market support band. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setup than that. I mean, that's a bullish type of deal. And I said, look, if we get down here between, I would say, below $1 and above 85 cents, right? If we're above, I say 86, between 86 and $1, that's sort of, your DCAing accumulation area. Now, this is not financial advice at all. I could be totally wrong on everything, but so far I'm not. So far it's been, right on the money. So now there have been other ideas, but now we can rule those ideas out. And the primary idea is sort of occurring here, right? And one of the big things for me was seeing this top, draw a line from here up, draw a line from here down. That's bearish divergence. We need to come down in a correction. This will be a good buying opportunity down here, not financial advice. So that's what I got for theta. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. I can try to answer them for you. So let's take a peek at the shorter time frame and see what we got here. Let's check out the 4-hour chart. Okay. So we're so far, okay, look at this. So far we're holding the lows. We're holding the lows. Now if those lows get broke, it's not a big deal, because we have all of this support down here, this orange band down here, right there. So that would be like a big buying opportunity for me. Let's see if there's any confluence in that with a Fibonacci retracement. So if I take it from here, this was the high, and then we come all the way down to the low, and then we come right back up to that high. Where are we sitting at? Well, we are sitting at right around between the 1.618 and the 1.88 and the 1.886. I mean, look at that. That's a beautiful hit right there. And then where would the target area be? 2.618, 2.414, and 2.272. So right there. So between 86 cents and say $1, right? So, because $1 would be also a psychological number. Oh, theta's at $1, I'm gonna pick some up. It's a good deal, right? You hit that nice round number, people start to buy, right? So now the question becomes, how do we get there? How do we get there? Well, this could be, now let's take everything off this, well, let's leave it there for a minute. This could be potentially a diagonal, right, where you have sort of a 1, a 2, a 3. Now we probably come up for 4. We retrace, right, without taking out $1.24, $1.20, right, $1.22. So between $1.22 and $1.25, maybe we come up and retrace, right? Or maybe we don't even get that high. Maybe we come up $1.19, $1.15 in a wave 4. Then we come down for a wave 5, right? Hitting somewhere between this area. And then we can get the heck out of here, right? So that's sort of, how I'm looking at it at the moment. Now, could we be finished now? Yeah, we could be finished now. This could be a simple A, B, C, right? And now we're done. Now we just consolidate, and then we continue rocking it to the upside. What we don't want to see is us losing this here, 82 cents, right? If we start breaking below that, right, and then we come up, retest it, and then start coming back down, that's going to start being, okay, now we're looking at something different here, right? But until then, there's nothing to worry about. All systems a go for me. These corrections, again, they're needed. They need to come because it helps reset the oscillators. It helps balance out the order books. It helps deleverage the positions. It helps reset the price. It helps new buyers come in, right? Everything happens with a correction. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Trying to think what else could this possibly be. Well, like I said earlier, it could be a channel, right? This channel right here. I'll pull that back right there. So something like that, right? And we are simply just oscillating in this channel. Boom, 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 right? And now we're coming down. So maybe this right here, look for that right around $1, $1.03, somewhere right in here. Let's retest the belly, right? So support, rising support, rising support. I mean, there's nothing to worry about either because we still have higher lows. Look at this, higher low, still in a higher low, right? Higher high. So so we come down here and then maybe start to increase to the upside, right? But I guess my primary idea would still be, if I had to make my best guess, I'm thinking first, because it looks like it's holding support here. First, we come up in a retracement. I don't know how high that retracement goes, right? Then we start coming back down to this trend line, or better yet, the bull market support band. I'd actually like it to come back down below $1, right? Most people who I would think hold theta, they don't want that, but I do. Not because of, well, mainly because we could test the bull market support band and then it would confirm the bull market, right? Because look, the bull market isn't confirmed until we confirm the bull market support band. So for example, we broke out. Here was the Wyckoff accumulation right here. Here was our spring. This was the first theta video I did. We came up, right? We broke above the bull market support band. Bull market support band's trending down. We broke above it, and now look, it's trending up. But look, we never came down to retest it at all. It's never been tested. So I want it to be tested. That way, once it's tested, it can confirm it, right? I'll give you a good example. Look at this. This is insane. You're going to love this. So this is the price of Bitcoin. Look at this. Bitcoin came down, bear market. It broke above right here. Boom, broke above, and look what happened. That same thing what Theta did, right? It came down here, it broke above, and now look what Bitcoin did. It came all the way and it retested the bull market support band. Exactly what Theta is potentially doing now, right? And then we blast it off again, test the bull market support band. Again, test, 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 test. Look at all those tests. Look at it. It was a perfect hit right there. So you could see all the times, right? We have a test here, here, almost there, 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 and there. If you would have just followed the bull market support band, you would have nailed every single buying the dip opportunity, right? So that's why, in my opinion, it's very important that we come down and test it. Because look what happens when you don't test it. Look at this, right? The price goes up. It didn't come down to test it. It never tested it. Instead, it continued to rise, but then it got overextended and then it collapsed. So we want it to test. We want it to come down. I know that's sort of, contrary to what we want, right? But at the same time, it's, what we need, right? It's not about what we want at the time. It's about what we need in order to get what we eventually what we will get, right? So same thing for Theta. When Theta was at like barely nothing, 4 cents, we broke above. We never quite touched the bull market support band, right? But as long as we come relatively close and we're holding above it, then we can count it. We came up again, we tested it again. Look at that, all those candles in there. Now it never really touched the candles or the band, but it was pretty close, right? So you can just think of that as Theta being even more bullish than Bitcoin. Then we got really overextended without any near hits, and then that was when the bear market started. So going back to today, look at where we are. You could see, right? Doesn't this guys, this looks just like the Bitcoin. Wow, look at this. This looks just like the Bitcoin 2014 bear market fractal. Look at this. Right here. Let me take all that off. Look at that. So basically, look at this. Look at this. Basically, Theta is right here. Somewhere in here. Somewhere right in here. And then all of a sudden, look what Bitcoin did. Look at that. Monster move. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, let me do some I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to play around with it and I'll come right back. Okay, so I just took a couple minutes just to do a little screenshot side-by-side comparison. Now, on the top screen is Theta. On the bottom screen is Bitcoin back from 2014 through 2018. Now, you look at that chart and you tell me what you see. I mean, I see a golden opportunity. I mean, look at this. You have this move to the downside, right? Then we come back up, Then we sort of grind our way down, right? And now look at this. Let me put a different color. Now you could see this sideways base in here. Look at this, sideways base. So you have a Wyckoff accumulation, right? So check this out. Bitcoin, right here, it broke above, it came down and retested the bull market support band, right? So look at Theta. We broke above, and now look what I've been saying in the last few videos. I said, hey, we come up here, it would be a bullish thing if we come down and retest the bull market support band, right? So this is I didn't really think of this. Is like the first time I'm actually looking at this. Like, wow, sometimes you find something new and you happen to do it while you're recording a video. It's kind of awesome. So I really like the fractal. The more I look at it, the more I like it. So what could we expect with theta? Well, it's kind of hard to draw it, but because it's so tiny. Let me go black, and I'm gonna go smaller. So basically, something like this, right, where we grind higher and then we just sort of go parabolic, just like how a Bitcoin did, right? It started off kind of gradual, right? Gradual, and then it really just accelerated to the upside, right? So I'll save it. So there you go. Wow, look at that. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but look at the fractal. Especially focus on this right here. Let me screenshot it again. Focus on this and this. Looks pretty similar, right? And then focus on this and this. I mean, come on. And then focus on, see how we went up above the bull market support band, then we came back down, and then boom, we blasted off above it. Same thing here. We broke above the bull market support band, we came back below it, and then boom, we took off. Same thing here, right? And now what is it doing? It's sort of grinding its way out, and then boom. And what is theta doing? Theta is potentially doing the same thing, right? So here's the bull market support band, right? Same thing down here. So we test and go. So, okay, so now we got that out of the way. So here's the best part. Here's the best part. Where did Bitcoin go? So now that we understand that it's a fractal, right? We understand it looks very similar. Now we have sort of a roadmap to go off of. Here's the big question. Where did Bitcoin top out at? $20,000. But how do we measure that? Fibonacci. So what I'm going to do, this is sort of the grand finale here. I'm going to take a Bitcoin Fibonacci extension. I haven't done it yet. You're going to be just as surprised as me. I don't know what it's going to be. So, but I do know it's going to be nice. I'm going to take a Bitcoin Fibonacci extension and I'm going to see where it topped out at. And then I'm going to take that same extension and I'm going to put it on theta. And that's going to give us an idea of where potentially the next bull run, the next new all-time high could potentially be. Okay, so here's the Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly chart. Look how similar it looks. So I'm going to take a Fibonacci extension from here, and I'm going to come all the way down to the low, right about there. Now we'll measure this two different ways. Actually, you know what? Let's do it from here, and let's see where it topped out at. So let me drag it over. So Bitcoin topped out at right here, the 2.272. Actually, a lot higher than that, by the way. It was actually, let's get the exact measurement. It was about 25% above the 2.72. Okay? So Bitcoin, let me screenshot it. So Bitcoin topped out at the 2.272, about 25% above. Now we're going to do the same thing with theta, and we're going to see exactly where that could be. So let's go to theta. I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to take the same Fibonacci tool. I'm going to take it right here at the top. And then I'm going to come all the way down to about the bottom right there. Let me make sure it's exact. So right about there. So now, okay, here we go. Where is the 2.272? Let's see. No, no way. No way. Come on, guys. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Nope. Nope. No way. Not a chance in hell. No way. Guys, the 2.272 is at $1,222. OMG. What? Come on. I mean, do I think it's going to get there? I don't know. Come on. I mean, you saw it. You saw it with your own eyes. And then also, it was 25% above that. So let's just, for the fun of it, right? We'll go 25%. That's $1,500. Wow. So you could be looking down the barrel at a $1,500 theta. Now, I'm not here saying that's going to happen. All I'm saying is basically, this is what it is. Here's the price of Bitcoin back in 2014 through 2018. So I'm summarizing. Look at the structure and look what it did. So here's theta. So there's theta. There's Bitcoin. There's theta. There's Bitcoin. I mean, come on, you guys got to admit. And here's the best part. Bitcoin was on its second cycle during this time. Guess where theta is? Is its second cycle. Same thing. Okay, now look at this. They're side by side. Look at that. Wow. Now look at this. Right? Just to give you a little visual. Right? And now look at this. Okay, so here we go. Bitcoin 2.272. Right there. Now look at this. $1,200. No way. Now here we go. Here we go. Side by side. Side by side. I'll screenshot it. Let me come down here. Put that. Kind of sucks because this thing's in the way. But you can see, right? You can see what it looks like here, right? So if I had I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. But look at the fractal. It just tells you anything's possible. Right? Just like this. Right there. So, I don't know. So here's my final thought. If Bitcoin can get all the way up to the 2.272, which is $15,000. Actually, it went higher than that. It went to 20, but we'll just say 15,000. Theta, right? And I'm not saying it's going to go to $1,200, but could it at least get to $100? Now it's starting to open the mind, right? Starting to open the picture. You think you could get to $100 or maybe $200? Now I'm starting to think, hell yeah. I'm starting to think, hell yeah. Because, Fibonacci doesn't lie. Now, a lot of people are going to say market cap, and that's true. That's true, right? The market cap has a lot to do with it. I don't know what the market cap of Bitcoin was at that time of the the bottom of this down in here relative to where theta is now. That's true. Not going to dispute that at all. It could be a big difference. But with that said, if Bitcoin got up to the equivalent, right, of $1,200, right? Surely XRP, XRP. Surely theta can get to, you know, the 1.618 right down here, which is $133. So I'm actually debating, should I put $1,500 theta on the thumbnail? I know I'm going to get rampaged if I do that, because you're not allowed to do that, right? But I think I might, and roll the dice and see what happens. But hopefully people watch the video to understand how I just, you know, I didn't know this. I didn't know the video was going to take this turn. I had no idea. But I was looking. This all started with the bull market support band. I said, look at Bitcoin. And then I started looking at it, and I'm like, that looks just like the theta. And then when you put it side by side, I mean, come on, it looks beautiful. Now, I don't know, like I said, is it going to get to $1,500? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what the market cap would be if that was the case. So here's the Bitcoin market cap. So I'm thinking theta's around here. If we were to look at that fractal, theta's around here. So that's the equivalent of Bitcoin being at a $5 billion market cap. Right now, the theta market cap is 1.125 billion. So actually at the time, Bitcoin was higher. Now, granted, when it comes all the way up here, that was a, what was that? A 322, I would say about $330 billion market cap. So, if theta got to that, well, first of all, if you take the, let me think about this for a second. So yeah, that's 1.125 billion divided into 1 billion, I think, is the maximum supply. Then that gives us a price about $1.12. That's about where it is now. So if I said, okay, let's say the price of theta gets up to $100 billion market cap, which is very possible because Bitcoin got up to beyond 330 billion, right? And it hit that Fibonacci extension. I'm not saying that's going to happen with theta, but theta at $100 billion market cap is a $100 price. I think that's possible. I think that's definitely possible, especially because of the fractal, the fundamentals, everything driving to it. Now, does it happen on this cycle? Yeah, I think it could. I think it's definitely possible. Now, let's for giggles, where did Bitcoin top out at? 330 billion. Okay. So you take Bitcoin's market cap at the top of the peak of the 2017, 2018, or 2017 all-time high of 20K. That's, you take that market cap, you put it into theta, that's $330. Now, that's nowhere near $1,200 or let alone $1,500, right? So is theta going to $1,500? Probably not. Most likely not. Is it going to $1,000? Most likely not. But what is the purpose of this video? It's to say, look, if Bitcoin, looking at the same structure, right, looking at this structure and then comparing it to theta, you know, I think it has a good chance of at least getting to that $67 to $100 mark. That's sort of where I'm targeting, between, I would say between $50. I think at a minimum we should hit $50. I really think so. At a minimum we should hit that $50 mark. Now, you know, the range of that would be $40 up to $100, or even possibly at the higher end up to $133 up to $177. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. But one thing I do know is when you have a price structure like theta, from pennies all the way up to $15 and a low circulating supply, I think the max supply is only 1 billion. That's very low, right? And then you add in the fundamental value of what theta is and what it's all about, right? and then you're, adding theta fuel to the mix and things like that. Now, I haven't even talked about theta fuel yet, but I would guess that it would be at the same, sort of the same area, right? So here's theta fuel, right? I'm going to take the same Fibonacci extension, and I'm going to come all the way down here. Where's the 2.272? Oh my God, it's at $44. Do I think that's, no, I just, that's crazy, right? But it just goes to show you that it has great potential, right? It has phenomenal potential. So if theta, does a certain amount, theta fuel can do actually potentially more in percentage terms, right? So,
the current circulating supply of theta fuel is 6.41 B.
So if you take 300 million coins, divide it into 6.4 billion, it gives you the price of theta fuel, which is 4 cents. So theta is $300 million market cap. If it wanted to get to a $2 billion market cap, that's 31 cents. So by that logic, theta is roughly 3.75 times the amount of theta fuel. So for example, if theta hit a $100 billion market cap, which I think is possible, then theta fuel can hit around 2.6 billion. No, sorry, 26 billion. So $26 billion. So just rounding that up to about 27 billion, that gives us a theta fuel price of $4.21. Now, is that possible? So if we get a market cap, so if we have $100 theta, then we could potentially see a $4.21 theta fuel, or even maybe even higher, right? I'm just doing some simple math. It's not perfect, right? But it's just sort of guesstimating what we could be looking at here. So, basically, if you want to run the math, you just take whatever market cap you think and then divide that into the maximum or circulating supply, and you get the price. So looking at theta fuel, the closest number to that $4.21, probably more higher than that, but potentially right here, about $5. I would say it'd be about $5.50 is a good target to have. A pretty big target, right? Now remember, these are based off log scale, so if I flip this back to linear scale, it's probably going to be nowhere close to that. It's going to be more in that $3 area. So that would probably be a good conservative target to have, would be about $3 theta fuel. But anyways, anything can happen. It's crypto. I'm just showing you numbers. I'm not here to tell you it's going to do that or do this or whatever. But what I do like is, the fractal pattern from that Bitcoin price, right, where it just sort of grinded its way up. So getting up to that $3-4 area is definitely, not out of the realm of possibility. Now, again, the market cap would have to be pretty high, but as the dollar continues to die and fiat currencies continue to die, market cap ain't gonna really be as big as it is now, right? Because it's relative to what other currencies are. So, if inflation continues and things like that, and we're looking at this sort of fractal pattern of Bitcoin, we can certainly get up to that 50, 60, even 80, possibly up to $100, right? Now, the maximum, I think, would be that $330 mark. Now, that would be over a $300 billion market cap. Now, that doesn't mean this cycle. It could maybe take another cycle to do it, or even this cycle. But keep in mind, we are at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. And this video all circles back to what I said in the other video, actually 2 videos ago, which is I'm looking at this as a flat, right? A, B, and now we're coming down for C, potentially testing that bull market support band and then continuing higher. Now, I said that up here, and I said that down here. So we're still continuing to trend down. That's a good thing, you know. So zooming out, what does that look like to you? That looks like, you know, the continuation of that Bitcoin fractal, where we continue to grind our way out of here. Now, one thing is for sure, I really believe, I've said this in all the videos, we will get into these retracement levels. The big thing for me is, do we break out of these retracement levels, or is this just a rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, then go, right? So everything points to up here. We're waiting for the price to get up here. It's going to do its thing. It's going to take its time. But the important thing is you got to have patience, because, again, we're at that very beginning of the beginning, right? And it all started with that first video right about there. So let's see what happens. That should be it for this video. Tell me if you like that fractal or not. I think it's awesome. You know, here's the Bitcoin chart, right? Here's the Theta chart. So, I mean, come on. It looks really cool, right? Not to say that, again, I'm not calling for $1,000. I'm not calling for even $500. But, I mean, we can at least get up to that 50, 60, even potentially $100 mark, right? So yeah, I think it's looking good for the future. So let's get this pullback out of the way. It could take another week or 2 or even 3 weeks to get this correction done. I would probably guess within maybe 2.5 weeks, maybe less, hopefully, and then we can start continuing to pump. Now, if we break below 85 cents, then you start to look at it differently. But again, like I said, we have a lot of wiggle room. So let's see how the price reacts during this time. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all of you and all the support. Theta community is the best. Guys are very supportive of the channel, and I appreciate it. I know there's not a lot of Theta content creators out there, so hopefully, you know, when Theta gets big and strong, as it already is, but you know what I mean, completely out of the realm of where it is now, I already know there's going to be a lot of other Theta videos that popped out, right? Like, for example, Solana. When Solana was nothing, nobody was talking about it except a couple people, right? Then it blew up. Then everybody started talking about Solana, right? So I'm pretty certain that's going to happen with Theta. But just remember, hopefully we remember, who was one of the early pioneers. You know, not the early pioneers, the one that started way down here, right? Although I was accumulating Theta, but at the start of this new bull run. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.